They spend millions to buy a dream, but will they wake up in a nightmare? Today we'll break down Hollywood's most shocking transformations to see what fame really looks like under the surgeon's scalpel. Before we start, type 1 if you're shocked by these looks, or 0 if you prefer natural beauty. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe to join our community. Let's explore the true cost of perfection. Janet Jackson, a name synonymous with the royal stature of pop music, yet also a haunting reminder of the Jackson family's complex relationship with cosmetic surgery. For decades, the world has followed her every move, but recently attention has shifted from her musical rhythm to the contours of her face. Are these the marks of time, or a cautionary medical lesson written in cartilage and skin? Like her legendary siblings, Janet has faced relentless scrutiny over her nose transformations. Critics and experts point out that a series of surgeries has left her facial features astonishingly narrow and at times visually collapsed. This isn't just a story about appearance, it's about the limits of human facial structure. When the nasal bridge becomes too thin and the nostrils lose their support, the face loses its natural harmony. Medical professionals note that repeated rhinoplasty procedures may have compromised the integrity of her nasal structure, resulting in a contracted appearance, a consequence of excessive intervention. This is a high-stakes gamble with perfection, where every cut carries risk. As we peel back the layers of Janet's evolving appearance, we must ask ourselves, at what point does the quest for a perfect look begin to erase the real person behind the mask? This is a close-up look at the pressure of being a Jackson, where the price of fame is often paid with permanent changes to the body. Donda West was not just the mother of a global icon, she was Kanye West's moral compass and greatest source of inspiration. But in 2007, a routine pursuit of everyday confidence turned into a tragedy that shook the foundation of the entire music world. It was not only Kanye's personal loss, it became an enduring shadow over the glamorous yet haunting world of cosmetic surgery in Hollywood. Donda West's story serves as a chilling reminder that no surgical procedure is ever truly routine. After a complex cosmetic surgery that included liposuction and breast reduction, unforeseen complications struck. Within just 24 hours of leaving the clinic, an esteemed educator and devoted mother was gone forever. The headlines at the time didn't just report a death. They ignited a heated debate over post-operative care and the hidden dangers lurking behind clinic doors. What went wrong? Experts point to the dangerous combination of pre-existing health conditions and a lack of proper professional medical supervision after surgery. However, her passing was not in vain. It led to the creation of the Donda's Law in California, requiring surgeons to ensure patients undergo comprehensive health evaluations before undergoing cosmetic procedures. This is not just a documentary about the loss of a celebrity. It is a vital lesson about the fragile boundary between beauty and survival, and about a law that now protects thousands of people in her name. Toni Braxton. A voice as smooth as velvet, and a face that has graced the covers of the world's most prestigious magazines for over 3 decades. But behind the glow of Unbreak My Heart lies a far more complex story of survival. In an industry that demands eternal youth, Toni has had to steer her course along a fragile line between aesthetic maintenance and a life-or-death battle with a chronic illness that changed everything. From the very beginning of her career, Toni has been transparent about her choices, openly admitting to having a nose job to boost her confidence under the stage lights. But as the years passed, observers began to notice more than just natural aging. Subtle shifts in her facial structure and an unusually smooth complexion fueled persistent rumors. However, unlike many of her peers, Toni's journey of physical transformation has been deeply intertwined with her health. Living with systemic lupus means that every procedure, every filler injection, and every treatment carries risks most other stars never have to consider. In this documentary segment, we explore the intersection of beauty and resilience. How does a global superstar maintain the image of a diva while her body is fighting a civil war from within? We analyze the evolution of her appearance not as a disaster, but as evidence of the extraordinary effort required to hold her ground in a ruthless industry. This is the story of Toni Braxton, a journey shaped by aesthetic choices, the realities of medical complications, and the undeniable strength of a woman who refuses to let her light fade. This isn't just about surgery, it's about survival. Sammy Sosa. Once the undisputed king of the baseball diamond, whose powerful swings and magnetic presence revived the spirit of Major League Baseball, he is now a strikingly different figure in the headlines. The man we see today bears little resemblance to the hero who chased home run records in the late 90s. This transformation is not just surprising, it's shocking. The Dominican Republican icon, once known for his rich, vibrant skin, has traded his natural appearance for porcelain white skin, leaving the world stunned. Sosa claims that this drastic change is merely a side effect of a whitening cream used to soften his skin before bed, combined with the camera's flash. Yet for fans and cultural critics, this transformation raises painful questions about identity, racial dynamics, and the immense pressure on public figures to conform to certain beauty standards. This is not just a shift in skin tone. It is a complete metamorphosis of a public figure redefining his legacy in the eyes of millions. Beyond aesthetics, the medical community also warns of the hidden dangers in unregulated skin whitening products chemicals that can permanently thin the skin and pose systemic health risks. This footage explores the delicate boundary between personal choice and the loss of cultural roots. When a legend fundamentally changes his skin, what remains of the hero we once knew? This is the story of Sammy Sosa, a risky journey of self-reinvention and the complex psychological layers behind the mask. Vybz Kartel, the world boss, the undisputed king of Jamaica's dancehall scene, whose influence extends far beyond the Caribbean. Yet his legacy has been marred by a transformation that has divided fans and shocked the medical community. In a culture where skin color carries immense historical weight, Kartel chose a literal reinvention. From the streets of Portmore to a ghostly pale appearance, his image has become as striking and controversial as his music. The transformation from naturally dark skin to porcelain white is no coincidence. It is a deliberate and controversial statement. Kartel was famously quoted comparing his skin lightening to the way white people tan, but the reality behind this surface is far more dangerous. Excessive use of chemical skin lightening agents, often containing toxic levels of hydroquinone or mercury, is not just a style choice. It is a high-stakes gamble with internal health and the permanent integrity of the skin. Beyond the shocking visuals, Kartel's transformation has ignited a global debate about racial discrimination and the psychological scars left by post-colonial beauty standards. This documentary explores the Addy the world once knew and the man behind the chemicals. Is it a masterful marketing move or a symptom of a deep cultural struggle? We will analyze the science of skin lightening and the high price paid for a new appearance. This is the story of a legend's skin, a permanent change in a fleeting world. Sheryl Underwood, the powerhouse host of The Talk, renowned for her wit and infectious laughter. But recently, it's her dramatic transformation that has captured the world's attention. After losing nearly 45 kilos, Sheryl didn't stop at just working out. She embarked on a full total body overhaul, a daring surgical journey that reveals the harsh realities behind the flawless beauty of celebrities. Weight loss was only half the battle. To address the aftermath of losing nearly 100 pounds, Sheryl turned to surgery with a series of complex procedures including a tummy tuck breast lift and extensive liposuction. While the after photos look stunning, the journey to achieve them was far from glamorous. Sheryl has been extremely candid about the drains, the painful recovery, and the physical exhaustion of undergoing multiple major surgeries at once. In this documentary analysis, we explore the post-weight loss surgery trend sweeping Hollywood. What happens when the skin can't keep up with rapid weight changes? Sheryl's story is a prime lesson in transparency, highlighting the crucial importance of choosing the right medical team and managing personal expectations. It's not just about a new look, it's about the resilience required to endure the recovery process. This is the truth behind Sheryl Underwood's transformation, a journey of courage, risk, and the pursuit of confidence under the global spotlight. Zay, the dreamy queen of modern R&B, the artist whose voice has come to define an entire generation. But as her music evolved from the raw, rugged textures of Kartel to the chart-dominating force of SOS, the world also noticed another transformation, one visible in her captivating curves and the newly sharpened precision of her features. SZA didn't just change her style, she redefined her entire aesthetic with an openness about cosmetic surgery that has rewritten the rules of celebrity honesty. From a refined nose to a sharper jawline and undeniably striking curves, SZA's transformation stands as a masterclass in modern aesthetic architecture. While many other stars hide behind labels like puberty or makeup tricks, SZA chose a different path. In her own lyrics, she boldly affirms those choices, turning the whispers of critics into a powerful manifesto of self-ownership. It's a metamorphosis from a girl next door into a high-fashion icon, one that demands both courage and medical precision. What does SZA's transformation say about the new era of beauty? In this documentary segment, we explore the SOS effect, how a global superstar confronts the crushing pressure of physical perfection while remaining anchored in her artistic soul. It's a story of calculated risks and the relentless pursuit of a personal vision. When a woman fully owns her transformation, she is no longer a victim of beauty standards, but the architect of her own image. This is SZA Unapologetic transformed and more powerful than ever. Joseline Hernandez, the self-proclaimed Puerto Rican princess and one of the most controversial figures in reality television. From the explosive stages of Love and hip-hop to building her own cabaret empire, she has never done anything halfway, including transforming her appearance. But as the camera lens moved closer year after year, the world witnessed a transformation so drastic it sparked a global conversation. When does enhancement become an unrecognizable mask of fame? Joseline's journey is a costly lesson in reality TV aesthetics. From multiple breast augmentations to gravity-defying curves shaped by BBL procedures, her physique has grown as loud as her personality. But it is her face that has drawn the most attention. Experts point to the overuse of fillers and Botox leading to what's known as filler fatigue, the loss of natural expression in exchange for an increasingly frozen, overly angular look, an attempt to fight aging that comes with a visually unmistakable price. In this documentary analysis, we peel back the pressure of always being camera-ready in the 4K era. Joseline represents a growing trend toward extreme alterations where the goal is no longer subtle beauty, but a bold artificial perfection. We examine the medical risks of repeated cosmetic procedures and the psychological cost of living life through layers of filters. Is Joseline a victim of Hollywood's impossible standards or the ultimate architect of her own controversial brand? This is the story of a transformation that never allows itself to be ignored. After all, these major transformations are not just about a new look, they're a high-stakes gamble for fame and a pursuit of perfection in a world that never stops scrutinizing. But now I want to hear from you. Are the risks of cosmetic surgery worth the spotlight, or should our icons learn to embrace the natural beauty of time? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I'll be reading every single one. If you found this analysis valuable, be sure to hit like and subscribe so you don't miss the real stories behind the world's greatest legends. And don't forget to tap the notification bell to be the first to see upcoming videos. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next episode.